Welcome back, everybody, to the Minnesota Gophers Dynasty. It's the biggest matchup of the season, as Minnesota has a chance to win the Big Ten West today if they can defeat number 4, 9-1 Nebraska. This matchup is one between two of the best defenses in college football, and specifically today it's Minnesota's number 1 rush defense against Nebraska's number 6 rush offense. Minnesota has handled many tough running games this season. How will they fare here on the road against the Huskers? Minnesota will have the football first, and here in Week 13, we're underway. Back deep in the end zone is Brandon Jones, and you know he'll take it out. Across the 10, Jones to the 15. He shakes off one tackle and is stopped shy of the 20. We saw this offense go off last week, 44 points against Wisconsin. They open the day with 2 tight ends on the field, and TJ Jackson, the tailback, takes the first play of the game and carries up the middle for a gain of 5. Now 2 receivers to the left, and they give it to Jackson once again, and this time Jackson has the first down on a gain of 9. Jackson nearing 900 rushing yards on the season. Now Gallagher's first pass is complete. It's hauled in by Lee James for a gain of 12. The Huskers come in with a number 7 pass defense, and Gallagher going outside has a wide open man. There's Clint Porter in Husker territory. So far so good for this Minnesota Gopher offense. Back to Jackson now, a stretch outside, but the Huskers control the edge. It's a good defense with speed all around. Tackle made by Patrick. 2nd and 11, now a play fake from Gallagher, rolling out left outside the numbers. He fires complete to Lee James inside the 35 to make it a 3rd down and 4. Now the crowd getting into it. Here's a big blitz, and wide open is Lee James. A busy first possession for him as Gallagher saw the blitz and his wide open slot receiver. In the split formation, Gallagher with a triple option pitch, and there is Chauncey Thornton, but a solid tackle stops him after a gain of 3. Same split look, 2nd down. Gallagher rolling to his non-dominant side. He's going to take off this time and out of bounds after a short gain, and Gallagher is shaken up. Gallagher was trying to get out of bounds, but the linebacker got him from behind, and that's going to bring in Charles Daniels on 3rd down and 3. Here they come. Daniels short and incomplete for Nick Wilkerson. And he had Marcus Williams wide open up the seam. That should have been a Minnesota touchdown. Instead, they'll settle for 3, and we have the update now, a quick one. Gallagher will return. It's a minor injury, dealing with some back spasms. And now we'll see how this Gopher defense defends the Nebraska rushing offense. Edgar Gandy is coming off a near 200-yard performance. And here he is, Edgar Gandy gets inside Carter, and he stiff arms another defender. A 13-yard start for Edgar Gandy. That carry brings him over 1,300 rushing yards on the year. From the slot, Gandy motions, takes the sweep, and he is cut down by Greg Kelly in the backfield for a loss of 3. A full house pistol look for Nebraska. Off the fake, Cody Webb is sacked. Coming through was Tony Hunter, bringing down the talented senior passer who now faces a 3rd down and 17. Webb sets up the screen. It's Gandy across the 40, and Gandy is dragged down by Ronnie Osborne. It's 4th down, and Minnesota forces a punt. Drive number 2 now for Minnesota. They lead 3-0. A 3-wide shotgun look, and against the blitz, they left James alone once again. Gallagher hits him for an easy 14-yard first down. And a 3-wide set once more. Now it's a shotgun counter. Jackson gets a lane and is stopped after a pickup of 8. The Gophers are nearing midfield. Here's the screen on the outside, and Nick Wilkerson loses 3 now. The corner was ready for it. Now 2nd and 13. Lee James slot right, they blitz again, but this time Gallagher goes up the seam to Marcus Williams for 19. Nebraska's calling a very aggressive game so far. Now Jackson trying to get to the outside, and there's the star linebacker Mark Manning, no gain. Gallagher back to the air, quick pass to Clint Porter is complete, just shy of the marker. 2 tight ends on the field, it's 3rd and 1. Jackson right up the middle for a first down, putting Minnesota back inside the red zone. Clint Porter isolated right, and here is a counter for Chauncey Thornton, and Mark Manning is there in the backfield. Thornton loses 1. Manning already with 5 tackles on the day. Gophers go with a 3-wide look facing 3rd and 8. Pressure inside, Gallagher goes down. Good coverage on the back end as Nebraska will force another field goal try. It's a 6-0 Gopher lead here in the second quarter. And now Nebraska going with another Gandy sweep, and he is stopped on the outside by Josh Mackey. They're testing this defense sideline to sideline. Now Webb throws a short pass and hits Garrett Anderson for about 4. Webb's going to have to make some plays with his arm at this rate. 3rd and 7, and Gandy dropped it. He was shy of the marker anyway. And Nebraska will have to give it back. So far, Nebraska is not doing enough to keep their defense off the field. Can Minnesota tire them out here early? 1st down and 10. Gallagher goes short, and here is Jackson making a move and fighting forward. The legs never stop moving. That's a 9-yard gain. Facing 2nd and 1, they go with the handoff. Jackson off tackle, makes a move, and he picks up the 1st down, picking up 6 yards. Nearing Nebraska territory for the 3rd straight possession. Gallagher floating outside the pocket against good coverage, and there was nowhere for him to run. The speed on display again by this front 7. Here's 2nd down and 10, 4-man rush. Gallagher to the middle, and he hits Marcus Williams at the 1st down marker. That moves the chains. Here comes Nick Wilkerson, but it's a handoff to Jackson instead, and Jackson picks up the 1st down. It's a good start for this Gopher ground game. They're nearing the red zone again. 1st down, here comes some pressure. Gallagher in a lot of trouble, and he heaves it out of bounds. So we've seen Nebraska get some good pressure already. It's now 3rd down and 12. Gallagher back to the air. He fires down the middle and hits Lee James. He picked up some good separation there in man coverage. 15 yards on his 6th grab. This is play number 11 on this possession, and the blitz gets there. Gallagher chase left and throws off the mark for Nick Wilkerson. Trying to make the off-balance throw to a wide-open man for a score, and Gallagher was just in front. Can they get the conversion on 3rd down? Gallagher forced to throw short. Here's James trying to make a move, and he's stopped at the 10. Good zone coverage by Nebraska. They left only one option open, and that makes it 3 straight red zone trips to begin the game for this offense with no touchdowns on those possessions. It's 9-0 Minnesota, so Nebraska, with their offense struggling, the defense is doing what they can. Edgar Gandy, though, only 3 carries on the day, and here's his 4th, and there's a big running lane. Gandy with a big 1st down run of 17 yards. Nebraska needs to get him going. 2.5 to go in the 1st half, and Gandy once again gets an inside lane, but a solid tackle stops him after 7. Nebraska now approaching the 50, and Webb gives to Gandy once again. He is tripped up but stumbles forward, giving the Huskers a 1st down. Gandy again motions from the slot. He takes the sweep, trying to get outside, but Minnesota contains the edge so effectively. That was Eric Lemon. Huskers now go to an I formation. This is more up the middle, and LaShawn Smith delivers the hit after a gain of 3. So here is Webb now facing 3rd and 8. They keep it on the ground, and Dunbar gives them the 1st down. Minnesota was not expecting a run there. Nebraska inside the 30. Webb takes off and is cut down by Tony Hunter for his 2nd sack of the game. Here is 3rd down and 11. They're not running this time. Webb stays in the pocket, floats it up, and it's a touchdown! Sean Pope for the 33-yard score. Even with Carter off the edge, Webb stays in the pocket, gives his receiver a chance, and Ronnie Osborne lost track of everything. It's now a 9-7 game with less than a minute to go in the half, and this is James again shedding a tackle and giving Minnesota another big chunk of yardage. Gophers trying to get some of those points back. 50 seconds on the clock. Good coverage. Pressure there, and down goes Tim Gallagher. The coverage downfield has been outstanding. On 2nd and 18 now, 26 seconds left. Gallagher deep and incomplete, nearly intercepted by the star safety, Jeremy Duncan. They had a 2-on-1 downfield, and Duncan reacted excellently. It's a 3rd and 18 for Minnesota, no timeouts left. From the pocket, here goes Gallagher deep again, and Wilkerson makes the catch inside the 30. 45-yard gain for Minnesota, and they're in scoring range again. but no timeouts. They have to be very careful here. 15 seconds. Gallagher rolling. He stops, floats it up in the end zone, and it's nearly intercepted. Big break for Minnesota, and they just send on the field goal unit. They won't take a chance, just send out Shane Wood, and his reliable leg makes it a 12-7 game. Minnesota has moved the ball well, but they haven't found the end zone. They're allowing Nebraska to keep this close. 12-7 here at halftime. As expected, we've certainly seen some excellent defensive play thus far. The Nebraska running game has started very slowly, and their defense has done a good job stopping Minnesota in the red zone. And Nebraska trailing by 5, they start the second half with the football, trying to establish their offense again, and here is Gandy off the pitch, shedding a tackle of Reggie Carter and gaining 8. They had one good possession in the first half, and this one's off to a good start as Gandy weaves up the middle and gives Nebraska 16 more. They're doing a much better job running between the tackles. They do it again here, and Gandy is stopped just shy of the marker, and now he is shaken up. This could be a big loss for the offense as Moore is now in the game, and Moore is stopped on third down by Vincent Walker. They tried to run between the tackles consistently, but they could not get the block on Big Vince. But they will keep the offense on the field. 4th and 1. It's a sweep, and Moore is not going to get it. LaShawn Smith brings him down for a big loss. That's a turnover on downs by the #1 run defense. Minnesota football for the first time in this half. Here's Gallagher rolling out left. He lets it develop, and downfield is Porter, laid out after a 34-yard play. Here they are back in the red zone again. Jackson follows his guard, and he can't get outside, just a gain of 1. Brandon Jones lines up in the slot. Good coverage. Gallagher tries to step up. Ball came out, and it's Nebraska football. Mark Manning scooped it up. The Gophers turn it over for the first time today. There it is again, great coverage, they get the pressure, and there is Gallagher, and that's been his big weakness, holding on to the football. First down, Nebraska, still a 12-7 game. Off the fake, Cody Webb has a man open and hits J.J. Brown for easy 24 yards. They stay in the full house. Moore sweeping left, good block on Josh Mackey, and Moore gets 6. Gandy is the deep back on second down. Inside goes Gandy, but Josh Mackey brings him down after just a gain of 2. It's now 3rd and 3, back to Gandy, and Mackey's there again. Back-to-back plays as the run defense again comes up with the stop. The defenses continue to show up. It's 12-7 Gophers still as Jackson gets a lane, but look at the hit. It closed quickly, gain of 6. In the split shotgun formation, Gallagher fires, and the tough grab is hauled in by Lee James. 13 more. It's been a big day for Lee. That's his 9th catch. 3-wide shotgun look, and here's the sweep again for Jackson, and he's met by the safety and stopped after just a 4-yard pickup. Lee James slot left, 3rd down. Here's the blitz, and Gallagher is sacked. He didn't see it in time. James was open again. Mario Gooden comes through untouched, and Nebraska gets the stop. It's been all about the defense here in the 3rd quarter. Nebraska football, they go back to Gandy, and he meets Mackey once again. And he is very frustrated right now. They're not blocking Josh Mackey. 3rd down for Webb. Rice up the middle delivers a hit, and Webb throws incomplete. There's another stop. Here's the inside rush by John Rice as these defenses really are taking over. Minnesota with great field position. Can they get back into scoring range? Check down, Jackson into Nebraska territory. This is good for a 9-yard start. 3 receivers on the field, and here's the inside give. And a lane opens up, and Chauncey Thornton bursts through the middle for a 13-yard gain. They're in field goal range now from the diamond. Jackson sweeping. They contain it. Mark Manning leads the charge. No gain. They bring in some speed. Brandon Jones slot right. Here's the blitz. Pressure there, but Gallagher is on target to Marcus Williams for 15. It's the start of the 4th quarter. Gallagher back to the air on 1st down, and it's Michael Williams this time. 9 yards inside the 5. They're looking for their first touchdown of the day. Now it's Chauncey Thornton for the first down, and now he lost the football, and the Huskers have recovered again. Thornton coughed it up inside the 5. His knee did not touch, and Nebraska has the clutch turnover again. We have not seen any scoring in the second half. And Nebraska deep in their territory go with Gandy, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage by Vincent Walker. These run defenses are really clamping down. Gandy trying to find a lane to the right, and he is stopped across the 10. Solid gain of 8. Now a big third down. Nebraska needs 2. Another counter for Gandy. He has the first down and runs through Calvin Hall and across the 30 for a 19-yard gain. Gandy gives the offense some new life. Minnesota stacks the box, but give up the outside again. Gandy all the way inside Minnesota territory. 19 yards, followed by 21. Gandy now gets a breather. This is more straight ahead. Again, plenty of running room. 19, 21, and now a 20-yard run. What is going on with this run defense? Now it's Houston, the third tailback, and he gets solid yardage on this carry. Luke Houston for 7. Webb adjusts the formation on 3rd and 4. Now he sets up the screen. Luke Houston cuts up field and just got enough for the first down. Fantastic possession being put together by the Huskers. Again, it's Houston, and the big combo hit is delivered by Kelly and Mackey. Houston still in the game on 2nd down. Now trying to go off tackle, and he's tracked down by Josh Mackey. Just a gain of 1. The Huskers go with 2 receivers on 3rd down, and they want the screen again. Here is Houston, and he's stopped by Reggie Carter, just shy of the marker. Great job getting off the block, and they're going for it. This is what it's all about, strength versus strength. And it's the fullback, Matt Love, picks up the first down. 1st and goal for Nebraska, trying to take the lead. Here is Gandy back in the game and stuffed. Brought down by Tony Hunter, and Gandy is shaken up for the 2nd time. He's done a great job, especially here in the 4th quarter. So 3rd down and goal for the Huskers. They go with a sweep, and Moore will not reach the end zone. There's Vincent Walker. No gain. They're going for it again. Here we go, the biggest play of the game. It's a handoff to Moore, and Reggie Carter lays him out. Turnover on downs. It's the leader of this defense coming through on the biggest play and stopping Nebraska again. The Gophers now trying to run some clock, but in some trouble backed up this far, and Jackson loses 1. That was Jeremy Duncan with his 10th tackle. Now at the 3-yard line. Jackson breaks a tackle at the 1 and fights ahead for a gain of 5. This was very close to being a safety. But Minnesota's not out of the woods yet. 3rd down and 6. The hard count didn't work. It's a play action, and Gallagher is sacked. They went with a play action trying to catch the defense off guard, and now they have to punt from the end zone. Dwayne Miller stands near the end line, and he gets it away. But this should be good field position for the Huskers. Gooden crosses the 50, angles to the outside, and is stopped near the 40. Nebraska still needs a touchdown. Less than 2 minutes to go in the game. Can Minnesota's defense get the stop again? Webb starts in the shotgun on 1st down, back to pass. And Webb takes off. Webb has room, picks up the first down, and Mackey brings him down after a 13-yard run. That's a fantastic start. A minute 41 on the clock as Aaron Moore hesitates, and that allows Calvin Hall to make the play at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd down and 10. Against press coverage, Webb in trouble, and sacked by Ricky Jack. Now it's Minnesota with a combination of great coverage and good pass rush. 3rd and long for Nebraska. They need 17 yards. Here's the screen, caught by Aaron Moore to the 30, and he's stopped shy of the 25. So 4th and 9. If Minnesota gets the stop here, it's over. Webb back to pass. He takes off and is sacked. Reggie Carter has punched the Gophers' ticket to the Big Ten title game. Back-to-back turnovers on downs forced by the MVP of this defense. Reggie Carter has done it again, and the Minnesota Gophers are 11-0. They are going to the Big Ten Championship regardless of what happens next week, thanks to another classic win. What a defensive performance we saw today. No points were scored in the second half. This was just a fantastic football game. The defenses played great situational football. They allowed the other offenses to get in range, but Nebraska with their great red zone defense, Minnesota standing strong on fourth down multiple times. What a game. This was incredible. Minnesota surely missed some opportunities on offense, like that Charles Daniels play where he should have had a touchdown to Marcus Williams. But Minnesota's best production came on Nebraska's blitzes. They were usually ready, and that's where Lee James was so effective. But you gotta give credit to Nebraska. Their defense played lights out when they didn't blitz, and this was just a great game. So Minnesota has taken care of the Big Ten West. They will meet the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Big Ten Championship in 2 games from now. Minnesota is still number 1 in the polls, with Georgia Tech still getting around a third of the votes. So keep an eye on that. Maybe Georgia Tech could leap over Minnesota potentially at some point. But Minnesota is now 11-0, going for a perfect regular season. And their last test of the regular season are the 2-9 Purdue Boilermakers. It has not been a very good season for Purdue. Their defense is ranked outside of the top 100, and other than a pretty good running game, they have not had much go right. Normally you'd think, hey, if this team beats Michigan and Michigan State, they're in pretty good shape. But those programs aren't what they were, and those are the only 2 victories for Purdue. They have 6 straight losses, allowing at least 31 points in each. So expect Minnesota to come out aggressive on offense and have the approach they had against Wisconsin. Personally, I want to see this team put up big points early and maybe see some more of the backups down the stretch. On senior day, of course, I love getting those seniors in, but first and foremost, we have to win the game, not get too cocky. There were a couple instances last year where Minnesota let some lesser teams hang with them and eventually beat them in overtime. Minnesota just has to play their game pretty much, play to their strengths, and they should be okay. Here is a look, by the way, at the stats for Reggie Carter throughout his career. He has become an absolute legend in this series. It's awesome what he has been able to accomplish. Even trying to fill in for Jonathan Starks, he is leaving an incredible legacy here. So that is it for Week 13. Up next is the regular season finale in the Minnesota Gophers Dynasty. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment below any feedback that you have and hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys against the Boilermakers on Senior Day. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you then.